Day 68 of the suffering. That's also day 5 with no electricity. No electricity still, none. But it's okay because we have line trucks in our neighborhood and they're people on other streets and blocks are getting power throughout our neighborhood. They got some people, we're here and everyone here and here on my neighborhood has gotten power. So they're working their way to the center of our neighborhood, I guess, but we will see how it goes. I don't have any hopes or expectations of getting power on anytime soon. So I'm just like, I'm in the mindset of like, when it happens, it happens. Tomorrow, today, 2 weeks from now, it is what it is. Don't get my hopes up. The higher your hopes are, the harder the fall. So whatever. We're going to make the best of it. We're doing arms tonight, and we're just going to go ahead and make the best of this and get in here and train with what we have available to us in the darkness, which is everything we have when we have lights. The only difference is we have very, very small light radius. All right, so I have very sore shoulders and traps from yesterday's workout, actually, which is crazy because I didn't even work out that hard. So I am almost positive what's going on here is I am under eating dramatically and it's causing me to feel very exhausted and fatigued. But I feel like I am retaining a ton of water. Oh, also, it feels really good in here tonight. It's 85 degrees. It says it's 65% humidity. It's been raining off and on all day. We've had thunderstorms and rain and mist and just light showers off and on all day. So the temperature's down, so it feels really good in here. It's better than like the 95 to 105 that it's been inside of here. So it's not so miserable. And it's funny because when I have the air conditioning units on in here, it's always like 79 when I keep the AC units on, and low humidity because it pulls the humidity out of the air. So it's like consistent when you come in here. But when we don't have it, when you have hot days, it's like, ooh, but then you have a day like this, you're like, wow, this is mighty, mighty pleasant in here. Like it's very refreshing. It's not bad at all. And like we did with everything else, I'm not going to go super crazy tonight. I'm not going to do nothing like extreme or nothing. I'm just going to get in here, get my joints moving, get my muscles working, try to get a pump, and I'm not going to be doing any crazy lifting just because the circumstances of what's going on. So this is kind of really like, I guess, the routine maintenance is what we're doing. And I could have took the time to be like, oh, I'm going to deload and I'm not going to get in here and work out. I'm just going to go ahead and take this week off. But after the 24th, the 25th will be, I won't be training on the 25th. So 24th is actually the last day. And I'm taking pretty much that week off, which I'll be taking off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and possibly Monday from the gym. So that's going to be a true deload because I'm not going to be doing any workouts. So I'm not going to take like time off from the gym before I'm scheduling time off from the gym. I'm not going to do that. And I have officially decided on my diet. I have diet fatigue because I've been doing chicken and rice for so long, and I just like trying to get my mind wrapped around going on another hard diet was a little bit kind of like, I guess, overwhelming. But since we have, I think, like 13 days left, like 13, 12 days, however many days left of this, it's kind of like, okay, you know what? I'm not out of this yet. Like, this isn't the end. This isn't even close to the end. Like, the goal is to get abs. That's the whole thing about this, is to get abs. So it's like you don't have them yet. So like having the mindset of diet fatigue and workout fatigue and everything, and be like, no, you don't need to be like that. Like you got to get lean before you get your bulk on. Like you got to get your abs going. Then once you get your abs, then you can bulk. So I'm gonna do the intermittent fasting. I'm gonna eat at 6 a.m., 9, noon, and 3, which would be 8 hours worth of eating, 16 hours of fasting. I'm gonna wake up, do 40 minutes of cardio, empty stomach, then eat right after that. And then I'm gonna eat at 3 p.m. and then I'm gonna come home and work out at 4. So it'll be an hour after I eat, and then I won't eat again after 3 p.m. so I can burn off all the carbs and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be going way down on my protein because I've been getting close to 400 grams of protein a day. So I'm gonna go down to 200 grams of protein, and I'm gonna pick my carbs up. So I'm gonna try something different, because every time I'm in a cut and I'm doing a hard diet and I cut, I always go to like 300, 400, 500 grams of protein and like 100 to 150 carbs. So instead what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick my carbs up to probably like 300. It's probably what I'm gonna do. I'll do, well, maybe not 300. That's a bit extreme. So maybe I'll do, because I'm doing 170 right now, so maybe I'll go 250. Maybe I'll pick my carbs up to 250. But then also, you know what, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll keep them at 170. Maybe I'll do 2 pounds of ground meat a day, which would be 200 grams of protein. And since last Sunday I weighed in at 207, I'll be pretty much ideal, because the protein from the rice will pretty much put me up to around 210 on the protein. So it's 1 gram per pound of body weight. So that's pretty perfect. And then the rice, if I keep it at like 170, that would technically be low. So I could kind of do like a carb cycling where I do like 170 Monday through Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, I'll pick it up to like 400 and pretty much go over double what I got Monday through Friday, and really push the carbs up on those 2 days, and then bring them back down Monday through Friday. Or maybe I'll carb cycle. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe Monday, Tuesday, I'll do like 150 carbs. Then Wednesday, I'll do like 300. Then Wednesday. Then Thursday, Friday, I'll go back to 150. And then Saturday, do I rev it up Saturday? I don't know, I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll rev it up, or maybe I'll keep it low. And then I'll rev it way up. So I'll have like 2 high days, Sunday, Wednesday. And then I'll have 5 low days. And I'll carb cycle with intermittent fasting. And try that, give that a go. Because I've never done that before. I've never carb cycled with intermittent fasting. So maybe that's the ticket. I think this is gonna be my top set right here. This is 110 pounds. I think it's gonna be my top set. Not too hard, not too crazy, just trying to get some movement on these arms of mine, these little bitty arms. Plus yesterday when I was flexing my bicep, I felt that weird crunchy feeling. And I'm not trying to get hurt, especially when I've been sweating so much. And for those of you who don't know, the reason why that's such an issue, I can't help it. I got to get some partials in there. I just love them. The reason why it's such an issue for me, the heavy sweating without drinking enough water, but I'm not getting any salt or any sodium of any sort in my diet. So the more I sweat, the more problematic it is for my cramping and everything else, and my muscles and tendons to be dehydrated. How's that lighting? I'll see when I edit how this looks. I'm imagining I still look terrible. I'm gonna change the angle on the camera here. Let's go to this back quarter shot right here. Maybe this will look okay, maybe it won't. We will know, I will know whenever I do the editing on the video. Oh, well, that's too heavy. Well, let's go 40, let's go light. We're gonna go light. We're gonna do really light tonight. And those of you who are new to the channel, if you've made it this far in the video, I do not count my reps. I don't count my sets. I do some sets for some reps with some weight, and I really just feel and gauge the muscle, how the muscle feels. Like, I know the whole science behind progressive overload. I used to be a power lifter, and I truly believe in progressive overload for certain routines and certain styles of training. Just like I believe in high intensity for certain training and certain programs, and high volume and supersets and drop sets, and like bro science and grow science and real science and science and no science. They'll just say, oh no, how come you're talking during all your sets, bro? Like, how intense can your set be? When the set becomes intense, I'm sorry, but if you're warming up, if you're like, I can't talk during the set, it's like, dude, it's 30 pounds. It's 30 pounds, man. Come on now. When the set becomes difficult and I have to start actually bracing and controlling my breathing, then I shut up during my set. Barbell rows, T-bar rows, Romanian deadlifts, squatting movements, heavy movements that require bracing and rigidness, I won't talk because I have to control my breathing. I have to control my abdominal, my diaphragm. Old powerlifting trick, you breathe into your diaphragm, not into your clavicles. If your chest breathing, right, and you go to brace yourself, you're not going to be as rigid. If you breathe into your diaphragm and then you flex down and out, otherwise, if someone wants to go punch you in your stomach and that flex you don't suck in when someone's about to hit you. You push out and flex because you're trying to meet their fist so it doesn't crush your organ. So you're pushing out and tightening so you're bracing for the impact. It's the same thing when you're doing heavy lifts. So if you brace that way, your midsection becomes super rigid and you can handle more load because your abdominals have a big part to do with how much load you can handle. So doing lighter weight like this, I don't need to brace my midsection and core, which prevents me from talking because I have to hold my air inside my diaphragm like a big airbag in the lungs to be able to properly brace, to be able to do the movement and execute it perfectly without causing injury. And here's the thing, I can get injured on anything. I have proven it time and time again. Like I can get injured with anything. I don't care if I'm doing perfect form, perfect technique, sloppy form, sloppy technique, heaving and hoeing. I'll get hurt outside the gym doing something really stupid that doesn't even seem like it should be something you get hurt on, but things go wrong, things happen. I was on the leg press. I went to go pull the pin to release the sled, and I went like this sideways, and something in my wrist popped and swelled up for like 2 weeks. I could barely move my wrist. It's in the videos, way earlier in the channel. If you go back almost, I think a year ago or something, or 8 months ago, it's in the videos. It's in there. Like I could get hurt on some really dumb stuff, like playing kickball with my kids and hyperextending my knee and just tearing up my knee and both my groins in the same time. It's just insane. So if y'all see my form bouncing around and doing stuff like this, you can say you're gonna get hurt. Well, probably, and probably somewhere else with something else. See, I can tell it's a lot cooler in here because I'm just now starting to glisten. I'm just now starting to get a little glistening, a little bit of glistening going on here. Let's see if the lats look good on that. Again, I won't be able to tell until I review the footage. And I don't know if you guys prefer the content where it's just showing the top set and then me talking through it, or if you'll like these just raw format footage of me just recording every set. And these workouts are different than what they normally are because, you know, Richard's normally in here and he's my cameraman. So he gets all the different angles and the shots during the sets. And then he does his set as well. So I have to wait for him to do his, which slows down my rest period, which is good because it allows me to recover longer, which allows me to have a harder top set because I could push myself really, really hard because I'm more rested. So the workout takes a lot longer. And that's why I'm not really editing the videos down because these workouts go a lot faster because I'm by myself and I'm not taking as long as I normally take with my sets. And plus my biceps, I'm going to train them a lot differently tonight. I'm not going to do a whole lot on those because, like I said, man, my biceps been feeling really funny. Did some tissue work on it yesterday. I'm going to do some more tonight. Do a little bit more tissue work tonight as well. And these videos are taking so long to upload. Man, they're just taking forever to upload, like almost 20 hours to get one video uploaded. It's insane how long it's taking for these videos to upload. Again, I didn't think this one was going to be able to get uploaded in time for 3:30 because I have them set to release at 3:30, and I just didn't think that it was going to happen today, but it did. So just barely made it. Just barely made the quote. I'm gonna move this light back some because I'm pretty sure I'm shadowed all the way across my backside. So let's move this. Let's move this light back a little bit. Let's see, about right there. Is that more? Yeah, I think that's more the ticket. I think carb cycling is going to be it too, because if I get to eat a lot of carbs on Sunday, now I'll be able to work out really, really hard Monday, Tuesday. Then Wednesday, quad night, I'll get more carbs, which will allow me to work out really, really hard again. And also that will carry over to Thursday, Friday, or then Saturday. I guess I'll gauge it and see if I can handle it with another low carb day, or if I perhaps need to go up on carbs on that day as well, so I could push really, really good workouts. Because the whole concept is I want to have great workouts. Like, I want to lose weight and I want to get lean and jacked and ripped, but at the same time, if I'm miserable while I'm in the gym and I'm not having fun while I'm working out, that just sucks. Like yeah, it's supposed to be hard, it's supposed to be a little difficult and everything, but at the same time, it's like, it's supposed to be fun. And if it's not fun and you're miserable while you're in here, then it's like, oh, what's the point? You know, it's, what's the point? I mean, I know what the point is. It's to look better when you're outside the gym, or to be stronger, or whatever your goal is. But to me, it's just like, you should be having fun when you're in here. I don't see any kids in a playground going, I don't want to be here. I don't want to do the monkey bars. No, they're like, how far can I get this time? Can I make it all the way to the end? Can I climb all the way up this time? Like, how fast can I run around the whole playground? Okay, time me. Let me see if I could do this X amount of time. Like, kids are always trying to push themselves, and they're always having fun. And this is like adult playground time. At least to me it is. Oh, it looks like crap. I lost a lot of fat on my back. I lost a whole lot of fat on it. I just need to learn how to flex it better. And like I said, I keep talking about I need to get an angled mirror to mount behind the mirror so I can learn how to get the muscles to rotating and flexing and getting the back muscles to pop more, whether it's like elbows forward, elbows back, elbows up, and all that good jazz. Yeah, just trying to get some blood in the muscle today. Nothing crazy, nothing crazy. That's gonna be it. Like I said, I am not really pushing nothing this week. Not like I could be. Less than 2 weeks to go. Less than 2 weeks to go. I'll tell you what though, that lighting, man. I like flexing. It's just fun. All right, let's go train our biceps some. It was a dark and stormy night, and all was quiet up in the gym. And then out of the corner come the beast within. The beast of bubble guts from drinking too much coffee and no running water. I'm gonna take it real easy on my biceps tonight, because I'm telling you guys, I got something wonky going on inside my my left bicep. Oh, can y'all hear my elbow cracking? Oh, I didn't do that time. I think I'm just going to add some light, very lightweight, very light, and just get some blood in here and see if I can't do some, I guess, active recovery is what we'll call it. Well, that's what we're going to call it today, active recovery. Activate the active recovery. I'm excited to change my diet up and have some red meat. I thought about too, like I could do ground meat. Okay, I'm from Texas, if you guys don't know. And I love barbecue. I love smoking up big pieces of meat, brisket and pork shoulders and ribs and turkeys. And I thought to myself, you know what would be kind of cool? If I got a brisket, made it interesting, get me a Wagyu beef brisket. If you guys don't know what that is, y'all need to get out from under that rock that you live under and go get some Wagyu beef. It is so good. So, and smoke it up. Go give me like an 18, 20 pound Wagyu beef brisket, which probably be around $200, $220. And smoke that big son of a gun, and then cut it all up. And then just put that as my food with my rice and eat that. When I used to powerlift, that's what I actually used to do. I hear people talking about like meat's expensive and blah, 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 and it is. But if you don't want Wagyu beef, Walmart at the time when I was powerlifting, their brisket was $1.98 per pound, $2 per pound. So a 20-pound brisket was $40, super cheap. So every Friday I'd come home from work, because I worked 4/10s. I was off Saturday, Sunday, Monday. What I would do is I'd come home, fire up the pit, and I would smoke a brisket Friday night when I got done working out. And then all week I would eat that brisket. I'd eat potato salad, mashed potatoes, cornbread, okra, all that good Southern food, asparagus, all grilled, well, grilled asparagus, grilled okra, Brussels sprouts. And I would eat it with brisket. And if I got tired of brisket, I went to pork shoulder. Pork shoulder was even cheaper than the brisket. But now brisket's like $4 a pound at Walmart. It's like $3-something, $3.60, $3.80 or whatever. And then also too, I would do chicken quarters. You get a 10-pound bag of chicken quarters for like $4.50. So I fire up my smoker and I'd smoke 10 pounds worth of chicken quarters and just peel that, and I'd mix that in like potatoes and whatever else when I was powerlifting. So I didn't care about the fat content. I wanted the fat, I wanted the calories. So I would get as many calories for as cheap as I could possibly get too. And that was like my clean eating when I was a powerlifter, because I was eating a lot of fast food whenever I used to powerlift. I was trying to get like 10 to 12,000 calories a day at one point. That's when I got to my heaviest, man. I was 12,000 calories a day, and I was eating a ton of food. That's how I finally got up to 290 pounds. I was a big boy. I was a real big boy, but I was fat and gross too. But anyway, so I thought, man, I could do that brisket again. But then I wouldn't want to season it, because I'm not going to have plain unseasoned brisket. And that's going to shoot my blood pressure way back up. And then also, brisket's really fatty. Even if you try to get the fat off of it, you're not. It's there. It's in it. So there's nothing really I can do to make it a lower calorie option. Cheaper, but not cheaper as far as it goes for calories. So it's like, food's funny, right? Because it's like, if you buy the lean stuff, you get cheap on the calories. So it's just like, okay, well, I'm going to spend a lot of cash, but I'm going to save a lot of calories. And then it's like, well, I'm going to spend a lot less cash, but I'm going to gain a lot of calories. It's so funny how that works. the crappier the meat, the cheaper it is, which makes sense. But then it's like calorie dense. But then also, that's not true too, because if you buy Wagyu beef is one of those things where it's super riddled with fat and it has a lot of marbling, and that marbling is what makes the meat super tender and delicious, and it's just amazing. And that stuff is crazy expensive because of the fat content and the marbling. I want to get some water real quick. So, that's, the difference and everything. Also, depends on how you cook your meat is how it comes out. Like, I do beef, I use spices and salts and peppers. When I do pork, I use a lot more like sweeteners because pork is nature's candy. You make it sweet, and sweet complements pork really, really good. Sweet, you can't put sweet stuff on beef. It ruins the flavor. If you put barbecue sauce on your beef, I mean, you can. There's no law against it, but you're really just ruining it. Chicken, like any type of poultry and fowl, you could go sweet or salty. And then with pork, you could go sweet or salty, but it pairs best with sweet. Pork pairs best with, beef pairs best with salty. And then like herbs and spices. If you don't believe me, well, it's not that you don't believe me. You don't have to believe me, but you can try it for yourself. But everyone has their preference, man. Like, I know people that'll put ketchup on steak. It's like nothing brings out the bold flavor of steak like ketchup. So there's people out there that they're just sauce. They're sauce people. There's just sauce people out there, and they love. I'm not. I like dry rubs. Like if I'm doing wings, I like dry rubs. If I'm doing barbecue, I like dry rubs. If I'm doing brisket, I do dry rubs. I don't do wet. All that heavy saucy stuff, I don't like that on my chicken. I don't like it on, like, to me, the dry rub on chicken and beef and all that stuff shows the flavor of the meat itself. If you're covering it in a sauce, you're just really eating the sauce and stuff. And nothing against it, but just that's how I view it. Like when people go and buy wings and they're like, oh yeah, give me ranch. And they drown their wings in ranch, but like, oh yeah, I love this flavor, and they just drown it in ranch. It's like, you could have just ordered plain wings with no flavor, just some salt, and then you could have just ate it with a ranch. Like, because I don't even really think that you're tasting any of the flavor on the wing itself because you have so much ranch on there. There's like people that use ketchup and mustard and everything else. Like I'm not like saying anything negative about it, but just like I just don't understand the concept of like over seasoning your food while you're cooking it just to sit there and drown it in seasonings. Like if you're gonna use those rubs and those spices, well those sauces, like barbecue sauces and stuff, you really can put minimal effort into your meat when you're cooking it. Like I went to this barbecue joint and it just appalled me because they cooked their chicken in an oven. Like it's supposed to be a smokehouse. And they cooked their chicken in the oven. They pulled their chicken out and they put it on the smoker for like 30 minutes. And then they pulled it off the smoker and then they covered it in a barbecue sauce. And like, here's your smoked barbecue chicken. Like, what is that? That's not what you should be shut down. Like, you shouldn't be allowed to do this. Like no. Like, no. Like that should be like no. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're a smokehouse and you're cooking stuff in the oven and then putting it on the smoker and then drowning it and then saying, here's your smoked barbecue. No, that is oven-baked barbecue, oven-baked chicken, drowned in barbecue sauce. Like whenever you have fast food restaurants and like, we're bringing back the barbecue bacon, blah, 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 blah. And you get a normal burger and they just drown it in barbecue sauce. That is not a barbecue burger. It's not. That is just a regular burger that you put some nasty sauce on and claiming it as barbecue. I can't stand that crap either. I cannot stomach those. They're so disgusting. I don't know how people eat it, to be honest. I just don't understand how people eat that crap. It's like, dude, it's a regular burger. They just put a bunch of nasty sauce all over it, and you're just like sucking it up for like $3 more. You could have brought your own barbecue sauce, bought a regular burger, put the sauce on yourself, and there's your barbecue burger. Like, there's nothing about it. Like, well, it has grilled onions. You can ask for grilled onions. You can tell them, hey, can you put grilled onions? And guess what? They will put grilled onions on your burger, and then you can put your own sauce and save a lot of money. And you can select the amount of sauce you want and the kind of sauce you want. Probably be a lot better. But that whole like, we're bringing back the burger, the barbecue burger. How's it cooked? We put it on the skillet. We put it on the hibachi, like we do everything else. And then we take this disgusting cheap sauce that we charge you $3 to $4 for. There's your barbecue burger. No, sir. No, sir. I don't eat that. And again, if this refers to you, like, if you like it, I mean, that's great. You keep those places in business, I guess. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't spend my money on that crap. That's like overly sauced wings, just to sauce them some more with a different sauce that doesn't taste nothing like the original sauce, that you can't taste the sauce that was originally on it. So it's like, why don't you just get a dry rub? I like making a mess. Oh, I like making a huge mess. Okay. That's going to be it for me tonight. Like I said, I'm not going to do a whole lot of stuff. I was just trying to get some things in. Some sets for some weight, for some reps. But anyways, I've been thinking a lot about food lately. Probably more so than what's healthy. Oh, lost my balance. Cannot wait to get back to normal. They told us our power should be back on tonight, but I believe it. When it happens. All right, guys, thanks for watching. That's going to be it for today.